Hello my scholars, welcome to my school channel. My name is Alexandra. So right here we'll be tackling the JAMB past question for the subject Government Year 2016. Please don't go anywhere, stay with us because we'll be right back. Welcome back to my school channel. So right now we'll be attempting question 1 to 25. Beginning with question 1. A major opposition party at the national level in Nigeria's Second Republic was option A, NNP, option B, UPN, option C, PRP, option D, GNPP. The answer to this question is UPN, Unity Party of Nigeria. Now, one of the contributions the UPN, United Party of Nigeria, was that it acted as a strong opposition to the NPN, that is National Party of Nigeria, in 1979 and in 1983. The Second Republic was in 1979, and then there was a ruling party which was NPN, National Party of Nigeria, and UPN acted as an opposition to this very party. The UPN was under the leadership of Obafemi Awolowo, and he also founded this party. So the answer to this question is option B, UPN. Question 2. The exclusion of Africans from colonial administration is associated with option A, policy of assimilation, option B, indirect rule system, option C, policy of association, option D, indigenous policy. The answer to this question is policy of assimilation. Now, the policy of assimilation was gotten from the French colonial masters, and it involves the imposition of the French culture on the Africans as a result of the belief in the inferiority of the African culture. Okay, so policy of assimilation did not embrace Africans, did not allow them to manage their affairs, and did not allow them to be involved in their administration. So the answer to this question is option A. Policy of association came as a result of the failure of policy of assimilation, and it involved the Africans. Indirect rule was imbibed by the British, and it actually involved the Africans in policy making and in the administration indirectly, as the word implies. Indigenous policy was also from the French, and it's under the policy of assimilation, and it involves the imprisonment of Africans without trial, forced labor, freedom of speech, and all of that. So indigenous policy can be ascribed under policy of assimilation. So the answer to this question in general is option A, policy of assimilation. Question 3. During the 1964 federal election in Nigeria, the United Progressive Grand Alliance comprised the option A, NNDP, NPC, and NDC, option B, NPC, UMBC, and BYM, option C, UMBC, AG, NEPU, and NCNC, option D, UMBC, BYM, NEPU, and NPC. Now, the answer to this question is option C. Okay, during the 1964 federal election, the political parties then run as part of alliances, and we had the Nigerian National Alliances, which comprises of NNDP, NPC, and several others. But then the question talks about the United Progressive Grand Alliance, and we had UMBC, which is United Middle Belt Congress Action Group, Northern Element Progressive Union, and National Council of Nigeria and the Cameroon. Okay, we had several other political parties under this alliance, but then this is accurate. Option C, therefore, is the correct answer, because we have NNDP and NPC, which is associated to the Nigerian National Alliance. NPC also, NPC here also. So the answer is option C. Question 4. Which of the following binds Commonwealth nations together? Option A, uniform political system, option B, common currency, option C, common language, option D, common colonial history. Now, the answer to this question is 54. Do not forget that the Commonwealth is an association of about 54 sovereign states. And one thing that's common among the states is the fact that they were once under the British colony, or they were once colonized by the British. So the answer is option D, common colonial history. Question 5. A structure of government in which power is shared between the center and the unit is Option A, confederal. Option B, oligarchic. Option C, unitary. Option D, federalism. The answer to this question is federalism. In the federal states, we see that power is shared between the national government and the states, or the center and the units. But however, confederal state, all power belongs to the state. Oligarchic, power is exercised by a few number of people, a small number of people. Unitary, power belongs to a strong national government. So the answer to this question is option D, federalism. Question 6. Foreign policy refers to option A, a policy made by a country when it is at war. Option B, the general principle of a state's international behavior. Option C, a policy made by a foreign country. Option D, a policy made by a country for foreigners. The answer to this question is the general principle of a state's international behavior. Foreign policy is a pattern of behavior adopted by a state in relations or interaction with other countries. So the answer to this question is option B, because it has to do with the principles of a state's international behavior, that is how they interact or how they relate with other countries. So option B is the correct answer to this question. Question 7. From each according to his ability to each according to his needs is the principle of option A, communism. Option B, socialism. Option C, capitalism. Option D, communalism. The answer to this question is communism. Communism is a system in which properties are owned and controlled by the community, in which a person contributes and receives according to his ability or needs. So the answer is option A. However, option B, socialism, is a system in which the means of production is managed or controlled by the state. Capitalism, the means of production is owned or controlled by a private person. For communalism, this is a system in which landed property or natural resources are collectively owned by the community. So the answer to this question is option A, communism. Question 8. The maintenance of law and order is a function of the option A, legislature. Option B, military. Option C, judiciary. Option D, executive. The answer to this question is executive. Do not forget that the executive is the arm of government that implements law. Okay, so the maintenance of law and order is one out of several other functions of the executive. So option D is the correct answer to this question. Question 9. The development of attitudes and beliefs about a political system is known as option A, political orientation. Option B, political apathy. Option C, political culture. Option D, political socialization. Now, the answer to this question is political socialization. Why is this so? The question tells us about a development of attitude. Political socialization is a lifelong process, a process in which a person learns about politics or acquires political values, belief, or attitude. Now, the controversy in this question is between political culture and political socialization. Political culture, however, is the set of attitudes. So it's generally a way of life of people, but it has to do with politics. A way of life, a set of attitude, beliefs, norms that is associated with politics. Okay, so the answer to this question is political socialization, because it has to do with the development of attitude. Okay, when we talk about political apathy, apathy simply means indifference or lack of interest. So we can relate this to politics, so lack of interest of politics or political indifference. So political orientation has to do with your feeling or the attitude or belief towards politics or political activities. So the answer to this question in summary is option D, political socialization. Do not forget to take practice questions with our simulated JAMB CBT past questions. All you need to do is you click on the link in the description below. It takes you to the Myschool website. There you can download Myschool mobile app for your Android phones or Myschool software for your computers and laptops. Please go ahead and download and start practicing these questions for your upcoming examination. Now, moving on to question 10. A nation could be identified through its option A, military strength. Option B, common language and culture. Option C, population. Option D, constitution. Now, the answer to this question is common language and culture. This is a distinctive element of a nation. A nation is a group of people who are united by same culture and language, and they occupy a particular territory. But one unique thing about a nation is that they share common language and culture. So option B is the correct answer to this question. I believe you're enjoying this segment. If yes, do not forget to hit the like button, click on the subscribe button and tap on the bell notification to get informed as soon as we release the next videos. Question 11. A network of groups of people in an institution expressing human association is option A, community, option B, society, option C, nation, option D, state. The answer to this question is society. Society involves a group of people who have social interaction or association. So the answer is option B, society. But then when we talk about a community is a group of people in the same place or occupying a particular territory. When we talk about nation is a group of people who are united by the same culture or language. When we talk about state is a defined territory with population, could be heterogeneous, and with a particular type of government. So option B is the correct answer to this question. Question 12. The Commission on Mediation, Conciliation and Arbitration is an organ of option A, the United Nations, option B, Commonwealth, option C, Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, option D, African Union. The answer to this question is African Union. Do not forget that OAU, Organization of African Union, is the same or was changed to African Union. So African Union replaced OAU, so it's quite similar. Okay, so the Commission of Mediation, Conciliation and Arbitration is one out of the 5 organs of OAU. So we have the Assembly of the Head of State and Governments, we have the Council of Ministers, we have the General Secretariat, and the 4th one is the Commission on Mediation, Conciliation and Arbitration, and lastly we have the Liberation Committee. So there are 5. So option D is the correct answer to this question. Question 13. The policy of assimilation was the colonial policy of the option A, French, option B, British, option C, Portuguese, option D, German. The answer to this question is French. Okay, so French adopted the policy of assimilation and afterwards it was replaced with the policy of association. So the answer to this question is option A, French. Question 14. The appointment, promotion and discipline of civil servants is the responsibility of the option A, Civil Service Commission, option B, Public Complaints Commission, option C, Judicial Service Commission, option D, Public Service Institute of Nigeria. Now, the answer to this question is Civil Service Commission. So the Civil Service Commission is an agency in charge of the employment and working condition of civil servants. So generally, they look into the appointment, promotion, and discipline of civil servants. So the answer to this question is option A, Civil Service Commission. Question 15. A country is said to operate an unwritten constitution if the A, constitution is not contained in a single document, option B, constitution cannot be written down, option C, existing constitution can be suspended at will, option D, country is not having a printed constitution. The answer to this question is option A, constitution is not contained in a single document. An unwritten constitution is one in which the fundamental principles are not codified in one document. This means that they are scattered or written in several documents. They are just not in one single document. So option A is the correct answer to this question. Question 16. The form of government headed by a king is option A, monarchy, option B, presidentialism, option C, fascism, option D, republicanism. The answer to this question is monarchy. Monarchy is a form of government in which a king or a queen rule. Option A is the correct answer to this question. Question 17. Citizens exercise their sovereignty by option A, attending political rallies, option B, voting at elections, option C, registration to vote, option D, the right to sue the state. The answer to this question is option B, voting at elections. So citizens exercise their sovereignty, that is their supreme power and authority, when they vote during elections for their preferred candidates. So option B is the correct answer to this question. Question 18. Which of these is an attribute of government? Option A, political power, option B, sovereignty, option C, constitution, option D, definite territory. The answer to this question is political power. So political power is a major attribute of government, and it is so because it enables government to exercise authority. So we have other attributes of the government. We have participation, rule of law, transparency, and so on and so forth. But then option A is the correct answer to this question. Question 19. Nigerian Judiciary is headed by option A, Attorney General and Minister of Justice, option B, Solicitor General of the Federation, option C, Chief Justice of the Federation, option D, President's Court of Appeal. The answer to this question is option C, Chief Justice of the Federation. So the Nigerian Judiciary is headed by Chief Justice of the Federation. Option C, therefore, is the correct answer to this question. Are there questions lingering on your mind you would like to ask? You can go ahead and ask your questions by using the link provided in the description below. Click on this link, it takes you to the Myschool website. There you can ask as many questions as possible and solutions will be provided to you within a short period of time. Now moving on to question 20. The modern theory of sovereignty was popularized by option A, John Locke, option B, Thomas Hobbes, option C, Jean Bodin, option D, Baron de Montesquieu. The answer to this question is option C, Jean Bodin. Jean Bodin popularized the theory of sovereignty, where he defines sovereignty as a supreme, perpetual, and indivisible power marked by the ability to make law without the consent of any other person. So the answer to this question is option C, Jean Bodin. If you have better steps, solutions, or explanations to any of those questions, feel free to use the comment section below. Indicate the question and the solutions you'd like to share. Question 21. Public opinion is commonly referred to as the composite reaction of the citizenry on option A, matters relating to association, option B, legal rights of foreigners, option C, matters affecting government, option D, key issues that affect them. Now when we talk about public opinion, the public is the majority or majority of the people. Now when we look at public opinion, this includes the wants, the desires, the thinking of the people. So all of this boils down to the key issues that affect them. So option D is the correct answer to this question. Question 22. In order to assist fellow developing countries, Nigeria initiated the option A, New Partnership for African Development, option B, Economic Community of West African States, option C, Concept of Medium Powers, option D, Technical Aid Corps Scheme. The answer to this question is option D, Technical Aid Corps Scheme, and this is an international volunteering program set up by the Nigerian government in 1987. Now this scheme was set up to share Nigerians' human resources to other African countries and to promote understanding between Africans and the recipient countries, that is the countries receiving these aids. Okay, so the answer to this question is option D, Technical Aid Corps Scheme. Question 23. In the Igbo traditional system, the highest democratic institution is the option A, Umunna, option B, Ohaneze, option C, Umuada, option D, or for title holders. The answer to this question is option B, Ohaneze. The highest democratic institution in the Igbo is the Ohaneze, which is the town assembly. Now, the town assembly is considered to be the highest political platform for political decisions and actions, in which all male adults can participate in the meeting of the town assembly. So the answer to this question is option B, Ohaneze. Option A, however, means male members of the clan. Option C means female members of the clan. Offered titles are the titles given to the head of each family, and these make up the council of elders. So option B is the correct answer to this question. Question 24. Separation of powers as an ingredient of the presidential system implies the option A, distinction of governmental powers, option B, demarcation of levels of government, option C, distinction between head of state and head of government, option D, sharing of governmental powers. The answer to this question is option D, sharing of governmental powers. First and foremost, what is separation of power? Separation of power has to do with the division of a state government into branches, with each of these branches having independent powers and responsibilities. So this is the concept of separation of powers, and we can see that option D clearly explains this. and we can relate this to a presidential system. So option D therefore is the correct answer to this question. Question 25. The major objective of pressure group is to option A, change government, option B, form government, option C, influence government, option D, fund government. The answer to this question is option C, influence government. So pressure groups are groups who come together to influence people that can make decisions. So they influence the government to make certain decisions. Examples of pressure groups are NUT, Nigerian Union of Teachers. We also have CAN, Christian Association of Nigeria, and several others. So these groups do not lobby for political appointments or political powers. Okay, what they do is they influence government decisions. So option C is the correct answer to this question. We've come to the end of this wonderful segment, and I believe you enjoyed every bit of it. Please do not forget to hit the like button, click on the subscribe button, and tap on the bell notification to get informed as soon as we release the next videos.